I'll lead off if nobody wants to start.
Please.
Since I've got a lot of material to cover, I figured I better give you guys a handout so you can
Thank you.
study this at your leisure. And I'm just going to hit the high points and let you do your bedtime reading here. I see you're considering the climate action plan today, and I think that's a totally ill-conceived and unnecessary plan. And I've got some data here to show you that I hope you'll consider and recognize that this plan is totally worthless and should not be implemented. Okay? So anyhow, the big question is, are humans causing global warming? Well, if you look back in history, you can see that back in prehistoric time, we had much higher CO2 levels. In fact, you can see CO2 levels that were 10 to 20 times higher back in that period of time, and the Earth didn't self-destruct. Temperatures were also higher in that era there, and the Earth didn't self-destruct. If you go on to looking at what is contributing to the greenhouse gas effects, everybody concentrates on the CO2. It wasn't until the last minute that the Climate Action Committee changed their definition to expand out from CO2 to including water vapor. It turns out water vapor is 95% of the greenhouse contribution. When you finally work your way down here, you find that man-made CO2 is only contributing 1/10 of 1%. Inconsequential in the scheme of things. So to blame CO2 for any climate change on a global scale is ludicrous. And of course, people wonder, okay, what is it, something else causing? Well, if you look at the data that takes the solar activity going up and down here, CO2 going up, it doesn't correlate until it gets way out over here in the last 30 or 40 years. But it correlates very highly with solar activity, the sun day. And of course, people are always talking about climate change and how dastardly it is. But when you look at the data, the facts from our government agencies, take the facts, you find that extreme weather events are down, flood fatalities are down, major hurricanes are down, lightning deaths are down, and I didn't show it here because I didn't have enough space to put all this in here, and that is that tornadoes are down, the large magnitude tornadoes are down over the same period of time. So it isn't causing bad weather. In fact, warm weather is more healthy for all of us. It's better. So the natural global warming we're seeing is better for us. Okay? They talk about glaciers. Ever since we got out of the little ice age back here in the 1800s, the glaciers have been melting off. They haven't accelerated their rate of decrease. It's just been going on. It's a natural event that happens every time we come out of a glacial period. Sea levels have risen since the same period of time at a steady rate. It hasn't accelerated with man around here. And the models are all wrong. The models predict all sorts of heating in the upper atmosphere. It hasn't happened. NASA satellite data shows that that hasn't happened.
Mr. Farr, thank you very
And
much.
more recent developments that you guys can read here are again proving that these models are totally wrong. Okay? So forget this climate action plan. It's worthless.
Thank you for the comforting terms. Who would like to be next?